Curiosity. What are you so curious about? Everything, Mr. Curiosity.
Well, as they always say, the show must go on. And we are here with the podcast. Joe is off this week, but we are here to make sure we still have Mr. Curiosity.
Yeah, Joe, it's his big 60th birthday. So he took a big trip out west, and good for him.
Good for him.
And he was with Neil deGrasse Tyson, so they probably had an interesting conversation.
I can only imagine. And then tonight, if you're watching this live, he is going to the Eagles at the Sphere in Vegas.
Nice.
For his birthday. So
that would
I
be
give
awesome.
him credit because Joe doesn't seem like the type of guy that wants to make a big deal about birthdays. But I think he realized 60 is special.
Absolutely.
And a milestone, and thought, why not go on a trip? Plus, I think he was trying to get away from us because Mindy was going to make a big deal.
I was going to make a big deal.
And Joe leaving is a barometer for our weather. Because the last time he left, we had 8 to 14 inches of snow. And he planned this months in advance, probably. And then today, we get an interesting...
We get a mess, and you're watching a very interesting situation for Sunday, so we'll see what happens there. So Anthony's here, if you're listening. Anthony Bardinaro, Shawn Dunn, and Mindy and I are here for another round of interesting viewer questions.
Yes.
And I did submit a question about 3 weeks ago, so we'll see if...
Wait, you submitted one?
That's not against the rules. There are
No,
rules.
No, there are no rules.
Very few rules.
Very
If Anthony
few.
draws his own question.
Oh, that'd be good.
So, yeah, I just wanted to put that
You're
out
going to
there.
start, Anthony.
Okay.
Yes.
You're going first.
Yes.
Oh, wow, these aren't really
Some
crumpled
aren't
up.
folded up or crunched.
Who crumpled this
Here,
up? The
I'll crumple
job,
while you're...
The crumple job was not...
Oh, yeah,
was
they're
not
just
good.
laying on
I
top.
think
To be
Joe
fair,
just probably got some and just set them in there.
Yeah.
To be fair, I didn't... Okay, this is not me. This is from Nancy Lee Snyder, who says, crispy or chewy bacon?
Oh, that is a good
That's
question.
a good question.
Yeah.
The crumpling sound
So
effect.
you get to answer first.
How do you like your bacon?
Well, I don't know. Like, I've tried to cook bacon before, but apparently I'm not an expert. It's always way too crispy. My bacon always ends up crispy, and so I just kind of give up cooking bacon.
Do you like it crispy or you like it more of the chewy?
I like it more chewy, but whenever I do it, I don't do it right. So I tried twice. It didn't work for me, so I'm like, why keep buying bacon? I like it, but... Yeah.
The key to bacon is that it keeps cooking
Yeah.
after you take it off because it's still sizzling. So you almost have to judge it a little bit early
That's
to take it
true.
off.
Yeah, so I like it I like it a little bit crispy, but also chewy. I like it both.
And I'm like in the middle.
Okay.
In the middle. I have family members, though, that like it super crispy.
Oh, so it's just like bacon bits.
It's just like bacon bits, and I don't like that much.
Yeah, I'm in the middle, although, like, my kids probably like it a little less, more chewy, and then, like, I think my wife likes it more crispy. I like it in the middle. So,
Yeah, do you end up
bacon's
making-
tricky.
Yeah, it's tricky, yeah.
I go in the middle, and then everyone's kind of okay with
Okay,
in the
because
middle.
I end up making different bacon for different people,
Wow.
And
which is a
that's-
little annoying.
I know. I feel the same way, and I make the announcement all the time. I am not a short order cook.
Exactly.
This is how I'm making it, and you eat what I'm making. But yeah,
Exactly.
when there's orders like I want my bacon like this, or I want my eggs like this,
Yeah.
I'm making eggs the way I make them, and you're gonna eat them.
I shoot for the middle, and sometimes someone's accidentally happy because it's a little over or a little under.
It's like accidentally happy is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Joe and all. I'm from New Jersey. What exit? 139. Now residing in Clark Summit. Anyway, what is your favorite music group and how do they influence you? This is from Doug. Doug says, mine is Yes, the group Yes, and he likes the instrumentals. Interesting.
Well,
Do I have
your
to
question,
answer
you gotta go
first?
first.
Yeah.
It's not going to be popular though, and people are going to think I'm weird. So maybe I shouldn't even
Nope,
answer.
do it. That's even more reason.
Yeah.
Flaming Lips.
Flaming Lips. No, that's not it. I actually, sidebar, I did just see the band Cake a few months
Oh,
ago.
nice.
Okay.
And then their guitar player just passed away. So that was really sad. I'm glad I saw them.
Next band you see, just not...
Yeah,
just
hopefully it
don't-
won't
yeah.
happen. But no, honestly, my favorite band is Violent Femmes. I started listening to them when I was 13. I know every song by heart. I've seen them a couple times recently when they've been on tour, and I just think they're really good. So that's my favorite.
I have to be honest, I don't have a favorite. I have a wide range of music that I like depending on what I'm in the mood for, and I cannot pick one out to be like, oh, this is my go-to. I've had some favorites, like when I was a kid, a teenager, I liked Metallica, I liked Guns N' Roses. I don't think I have a favorite right now.
Well, what do you listen to make yourself happy or to like put
It just
yourself
depends
in a good
on how I'm
mood?
feeling. It's all over the place.
Okay.
From country to rock to, I mean, now whatever the kids put on when we're in the car.
Oh,
which,
so now your
right.
favorite is Taylor Swift?
No. But it is funny now, some of the stuff that's on. And I said, when do you reach the point where the music of today is just not for you? And I'm at that point. Like some of the stuff they play, I'm just like, this is just noise. This isn't music.
Yeah.
When I was with my mom for the week before I came up here for the job, her music ended at like 2012. That she gave up. And when we're on the way up here, I'm like, we're playing. For some reason, I'm into country music. There feels like there's a new wave of country, and I think these songs are really good. And she's like, no, it all sounds the same. I'm like, no, it doesn't.
Interesting.
But as far as the question, I don't really have a band. I like live bands though.
Go
I'm
to
not too
see
much
live
of a-
music, yeah.
like close up rather than kind of a concert wise. I've seen concert videos, and maybe it's because it's on a video, but it's like so far away. that
True.
people
So you
are-
like even the live performance when you're not there, like watching the live performance
like well,
if it's up
just
close.
in a bar in just a close
I
setting.
see what
A
you
more
mean.
intimate setting.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
intimate. You can feel the music a little
Yes.
bit. So
Yeah, I
think
agree with
any-
you there. It
like
is
live-
nice to
live
do
bands
that.
like that.
What about you, Shawn? Do you have a favorite band?
I really like a variety of stuff. I probably lean at it. I don't know. Probably funny people. I probably lean more punk in my.
Okay.
my
Me too.
Stuff. Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm more of a punk person.
Name a few bands that you like.
Like I don't know, NoFX, all that kind of stuff.
Huh, so I don't know that one.
Dropkick Murphys.
I've heard of them. Yep.
I like them.
They're like newer on the chain of stuff, but all that
I do like some of the folksy
kind of the newer
ones
'90s,
too.
the stuff that was kind of like
Okay.
big in like the
All
early
right.
'90s.
Interesting. Since you say you like country, I really, for most of my life, have not liked country.
Yeah.
But my husband discovered this singer that now I'm absolutely loving, and we're going to see him in March. Charlie Crockett.
Okay.
Have you ever listened to him?
No.
Got to check
I'm-
it out.
Honestly, I'm too mainstream. I listen to like anything on the top Billboard.
Oh, the poppy
There's
country.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
I'm a Bill. I don't know why.
You're listening to Froggy 101.
How about Jelly Roll? You like
Yeah.
Jelly Roll?
I won't. Can I ding the bell? No, I like one or two of his songs, but some I don't relate to a lot of them because some of his songs are really like getting over.
Yeah.
For people getting over
Depressing.
like drugs, over to like getting over that. So I can't really. I don't think relate too much. So I don't know.
All right. You got to listen to
So
Charlie
Anthony
Crockett and
listens
see
to
what
the
you think.
lyrics.
Well, like it's not for me.
Anthony
It's not
actually
for me.
listens to the lyrics.
Well, it's not for
No,
me.
I'm just kidding.
Well,
Well,
say
it's funny because there's I like Ella Langley, and some of her music is about somebody in Texas getting over a relationship. Like I can't relate to that, but sometimes,
But it's just catchy.
yeah, like from the deep south.
And country really tells a story too. If you
Yeah,
listen
it
to the
often
lyrics.
does. Yeah. And I saw Charlie Crockett before a couple years ago in a smaller venue in Harrisburg.
Yeah.
So that was really fun because it was more intimate, just like you're saying.
Yeah, I'm picturing like Taylor Swift in a big 100,000 seat stadium.
Yeah,
You're
it's
sitting,
like you're
100
watching a movie or something.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
It's
but
not like
people love
sports.
it.
It's not like sports where you're watching things.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But-
All right, Travis is back.
Trav.
So Travis is a frequent flyer. I don't want to say he was banned, but I feel like Joe censored Travis for a little bit.
Well, he threw away his questions.
Oh yeah, they accidentally had a whole
Oh,
bag.
did he get thrown away? Because there was a
Yes.
whole bag full of
He
them.
did,
Okay.
Yes.
and it-
We think
inadvertently.
Rainy day.
the cleaning crew, we think, threw
Yeah,
them
so
away.
welcome back, Travis. We love you. All right. What is the most useless app on your phone? What is the most useful app on your phone? Examples, the Zippo lighter app from back in the day for the useless, and a Level app for the most useful. Travis, former NEPA resident.
Interesting.
Obviously, the most useful is the WNEP app.
Yeah.
Of course,
100%.
yes.
Is the most important, but we'll get by that and then talk about what comes next.
What I can tell you the least useful is the default weather app. You got to look at our
Oh,
weather.
you definitely probably do
Yes.
not like that.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
well-
some people use that, Anthony. It's terrible. They should go to the WNEP app.
I almost feel like I need to get out my phone and look at
I
like, what
know.
is the least
I mean, I think
useful.
for me the most useful is the calendar, just because with 1,000 things going on.
That's a good
The
point.
calendar is probably the most useful for
The
me.
calendar can be very useful.
Clock, I mean, alarms.
Yeah, alarm.
And
Yeah.
stopwatch.
The calendar and also the bank app. I use that a lot
Yeah.
just to
True.
pay bills
Yeah.
and.
Oh, today's
all that.
payday, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, yes.
I think
Yes.
the least useful is probably the one I'm going to have trouble with. My
That-
phone just archived a bunch of apps. They're like, you have 200 apps that you never
Yeah, I'm
use.
trying
I'm
to
not
see
an
if
app
there's
person.
anything here that I just don't use. And there's some that are on here that just are old that my kids put on and things
Right.
like that.
I'm the type of person that whenever I download an app, I have to remove an app.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But now since I'm here, we have an authentication app. We have the Tegna mobile app where we upload our little vertical videos. So I just kind of gave up.
I'm looking at my phone now, and what stands out is some of the fast food apps. And I have to say, on a diversion, if you go to fast food places at all, you have to get their apps.
You need to.
Okay.
I don't have any of their apps. Isn't that
If you
terrible?
are if you are
Happen.
getting fast food and you don't have their app to use, you are paying so much more money.
Isn't that
For
amazing?
food. They all have.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to call them like amazing deals on the app, but you are definitely saving money at every fast food restaurant
Yeah,
if you use the app.
My dad, when we were here touring places, he with McDonald's app, he's like, "Oh, I got $1 coffee," and he would do it, and like, it was
Yeah.
very
Like
convenient.
There
we
you
get
go.
20% off at McDonald's all the time
Yep.
on the app.
Wow.
So
Interesting.
But any
You have so many
fast
apps.
food or restaurant, the way to go is through the app, for sure.
Yeah.
It's so, I don't take. Well, the thing is, my phone is by the weather station. I don't take my phone when I'm here because I just want to like disconnect.
Oh yeah, yeah. Connect with the pod people.
do
all
you
that's
find when
happening
you're
today-
outside of work though, at your age, are you able to just put
No.
your phone aside and disconnect, or you kind of have to have it at all times?
No, I have to have it at all times. Even
Yeah.
when I'm running, yeah. So it's kind of bad. Like you think, oh, running you disconnect, but I use it for like I
For
don't know,
music, right?
music, a podcast. Sometimes I watch WNEP while I'm running. I don't think anybody else does that in the world, but I do that.
I think that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, I
We
just
should
kinda
promote
have,
that.
I kind of have.
Do you
that in
listen to the
back.
podcast sometimes when
Yeah,
you're running?
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, no, I do. I do.
Nice.
All right,
I'm not
Shawn, you're
just
up.
lying. I watch WNEP. You know.
Travis,
awesome.
thanks for the comeback.
Yes, yes.
That was a good one.
Let's see if this is Anthony's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I shouldn't have said anything. It should have came out further.
No, now we're curious and we want to know.
It's Anthony's. That's
That's why you wish them to exist.
What
and
is
they're
it?
the
Wow.
From Anthony.
This happens so many times in
It
this
does,
podcast.
I know.
Very
That,
sim.
that things happen for a reason.
Very
And
sim.
here's
Yes.
another one.
This one's from Anthony. If you could work as a reporter or meteorologist anywhere else in the world, where would you go?
Oh, interesting question.
In the world, like
Locale
In the
question.
world.
yeah, it
And
doesn't have to
work
be.
there.
Doesn't have to be United States. You work there for any period of time.
Huh. Wow, that's a really tough question, Anthony. That's
Or
not like.
United States, or your favorite place you worked, or it can be anything like that. Well, for me, it would probably be Italy because I'm Italian and I did this study abroad there, and it would be really cool to like forecast. They have mountains there and that type of thing.
Yeah,
So-
and the food is good.
The food is good. The scenery is good. All that, the history. Like I was there for 2.5 months visiting all these small towns. It's like really fun to
Oh
see
yeah,
all the
that's
culture
amazing.
there, so.
What a great experience.
Anthony, this is hard.
Yeah, I
So-
can't.
so I
I
should've
can't
said- I
think of
sh-
anything.
What?
Yeah, I can't.
Well, I mean,
Why-
there's places that I'd like to go.
But not that I want to
I would
work
pick
there.
like a travel, like where do you like to travel, or where have you been
Where
traveling
would
that
be
you wouldn't
interesting.
mind spending more time?
Not like a war-torn area. I
No.
guess,
Right.
that you're thinking, right? You're not thinking about.
I guess I used to work in Maine, and I really, really loved it, and I loved being close to the ocean. So maybe that's where I would go. It was
You
a
know,
lot
it's
of fun.
funny about reporting because when I was a young reporter, I had big dreams of being a network correspondent and traveling the world and all that kind of stuff. And it's funny how you get to a point
It
like I am
changes.
in life now. I wouldn't want to do that at all.
Yeah.
Every so often, maybe I'd like to go on some big story, but I can't imagine like the network reporters that every couple days you're flying off to a different story in a different part of the country.
Well, I almost think that almost always it seems like they have to be single. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Not always, but a lot of times those reporters that are going off all the time are single.
Because you're away all the time.
You're away all the time. You're away from your loved ones all the time.
Same thing with my brother. He's a pilot, but he's constantly traveling. He tells me it's tough to build a relationship because you're always going places.
Yeah.
It's difficult going all over the place. Shawn, you?
I guess, I don't know. I mean, I like Europe,
Yeah.
so I suppose somewhere there. Ireland or Italy's nice, been there. France.
But I don't think I'd want to
But I don't know, I mean, for work.
Oh, he's just like.
I think we're the best spot
Northeast
possible.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
that's
Somewhere
what I
warm,
thought.
I guess.
We
I
found the
guess
right spot.
Maybe
right?
somewhere warmer.
Well, it's
Yeah.
funny too because
But-
your question, Anthony, is to three of us who have been here for a really long
Right.
time.
Right.
can
So we
get
And
can
so
just
we've kind
imagine.
of made the choice to this.
Okay.
This is where we want to be and
Right.
want to
Yeah.
stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So I'm kind of thinking like if, like, say I were a meteorologist, which I'm a wannabe meteorologist.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I were to forecast the weather, I think this would be a great place to be a meteorologist because the variety in forecasting. I've always thought like if you're a weather person in San Diego,
Boring.
Yeah,
every
right?
day it's like, well, it's gonna be 75 degrees today and some sunshine.
I know. How do you vary that up? That
Well,
seems like it would be so boring.
there's one guy I know, their weather Adam, who he used to work in Houston, but he does fitting lyrics into his weather forecast. So
Oh,
like Eminem,
funny.
anybody, just and he does that to vary it up a bit. But
Yeah, just to make it exciting, probably.
And I guess, you know, if you're in those coastal areas, you have hurricane forecasting you could do and everything
Yeah.
like that.
I
But
have, yeah, I think there's a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
So.
We're pretty
So do
lucky.
we.
We're pretty lucky. It's your turn,
You're
Anthony.
up.
Oh,
Yes.
it's my turn.
Yes.
I'm glad we got your
Well,
question.
you don't have
Yeah,
to worry
I
about picking your
know.
own.
Every once in a while I submit one. I'm
Because
like,
I was so curious
Keep
what
'em coming.
what it would be.
As Joe says, if the podcast is no good, it's your fault.
That's right. He says that all the time.
all right, we got it. Oh, another one from Travis. This is, I think, my first Travis question.
Okay.
Ooh.
What would you rather give up for your entire life? Showering or brushing your teeth?
Oh.
Oh my gosh, Travis.
Well, there's a way to get around brushing your teeth, right?
Eat an apple or something, you mean?
True.
Or
Like
I guess there's some
Listerine.
cheddar cheese supposedly.
cheddar
clean
cheese.
Cheddar cheese? Really?
Listerine,
know that? Yeah,
flossing.
Google it.
You can kind of get
Cheddar
away
cheese
with
will
it.
clean your teeth.
You kind of get, but showering, especially with me as a runner, my
Yeah.
feet, you just be
Yeah.
on my
I
feet
can't
all day.
imagine either.
Neither one is a good option.
In
But
the
I think
winter-
I would probably go with the I'd want to shower.
yeah.
And I just try to like use apples and find foods that would make my mouth feel
Or
clean.
charcoal. Charcoal cleans your teeth.
Gum, like Kurt has gum.
Oh yeah, you could chew like sugar-free gum or
Yeah.
things like that to at least make your mouth feel fresh.
Yeah.
It
But I'm
wouldn't be
imagining
great.
you'd lose teeth after a while.
It wouldn't
Yeah.
be great, but I mean,
You'd be toothless, and then the problem would be solved
Yeah.
because you have to lose all your teeth.
You don't have to brush then.
So, showering would be a nice
Eating
hot.
cheddar cheese helps clean your teeth, stimulating saliva, which washes away cavity-causing acids.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
I saw an interview with a guy, this was a couple weeks ago, that he was talking about how he gave up washing his hair, and he never washes his hair.
Wow.
And he had nice looking hair, and it wasn't super greasy, and he said after about a couple weeks, your head stops producing all the oils and stuff like that, and it becomes manageable.
Okay.
But I still think that'd be really gross.
Self-regulates.
I think.
Yeah. Why do we need shampoo?
Yeah, because you think,
People- people back
hundreds of
then-
years ago, they probably didn't wash their hair hardly at all.
Yeah.
Whenever it rained.
Yeah.
Can you read
But
that
then
name?
again, their hair was
What is
probably
her
not. It was very.
You're asking me? Alana, I think?
Alana? Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. At first I thought it said Atlanta, and I'm like, what? Okay. Okay, so this is maybe slightly controversial.
Oh.
So, why do they continue to allow products sold with nicotine, a proven harmful substance, with warnings, but they refuse to legalize marijuana that has no downside? So Alana thinks, so she says, marijuana has no downside. Well, there you go. There's the question. What does everybody think?
Well, I don't think, I think she's saying marijuana doesn't have any downside. I think there's lots of research to show that there are.
There can be
Some,
downsides.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still sucking smoke into your lungs.
Assuming you're smoking it.
Right,
Smoking,
I mean,
there
you
are
could be
other- you could be
eating-
eating it.
Unless
things
you're
like
eating
that.
it, right.
But there's lots of
THC
debate
or-
over
right.
that,
Right.
whether there's a downside or not.
It's
Right.
Also, it's also the smell. Sometimes, like
True.
it's also-
Smell
some
can be a
people don't like the
downside.
smell.
Yep.
I mean, it is interesting now. Things have changed a lot in recent years. I mean, you
Yeah.
go to especially certain cities, and that smell is just constant everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Well, and then a lot of states have legalized it recreationally. So Pennsylvania hasn't, but there is definitely a push to do that.
There is. So
Yeah.
it's a big debate over that. As far as nicotine, I mean,
Tobacco.
tobacco, let's
but-
be real, I mean, the tobacco industry had a huge power for years, and compared to when the three of us were young, things have changed dramatically when it comes to smoking.
Yeah.
Very, very few people like my age group do it. Now, my roommate did back in Mississippi, but down south it's I guess a little bit different. Yeah, my roommate did smoke, but he was like my only person I heard of that smoked cigarettes.
Do
Interesting.
you still see the Zyn or What are the pouch?
Oh yeah, those little nicotine pouches.
Nicotine pouches.
Yeah.
They still seem, and I don't want to say popular because it's not mainstream,
Like
but
the vaping
but
too.
there's quite a bit of that still out there.
I see far less people smoking actual cigarettes than
Yes.
I mean,
Unless you go to
growing
Europe.
up.
Yeah.
I feel like Europe,
Italy.
even Canada too. Like more people smoke.
Yeah.
It's just part of it, but they all look young. I don't know what they did. That's something
Yeah,
in the
what
water
is it?
there. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just less stress. I don't know what it is.
Maybe fewer preservatives in their food.
Yeah,
I don't know. Who knows?
long lives.
We dabbled in the controversy, but we probably didn't give her what she was hoping
Probably not.
No declarative statement.
Yes.
for. All right, this might be a timely question considering Joe's birthday was yesterday when we're recording this. Who's older, Joe or Kurt Aaron? Does anyone know?
Oh,
I do.
interesting.
Joe's 60.
And Kurt is 59.
Oh, is he?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Was I not allowed to say that?
No, I didn't know, actually.
Yeah, I didn't know how
I
old
would
he was
have
either.
guessed they were
no.
close in age.
Or 58, 59. Yeah, I don't know his exact age, but Kurt, he's told me, he's like, I'm about to be 60, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
he and Joe were about the same age.
Yeah,
And
interesting.
I was watching a video when Tom Clark was saying his goodbye. I was like watching a throwback. Tom Clark, Kurt Aaron, and Joe Snedeker. That felt like a powerful like trio. I don't know.
It was like a powerhouse.
That was actually a meme this week on The Valley, which is the one Facebook thing. Remember this powerhouse? And it was Tom
Was it?
Clark, Kurt Aaron,
yeah.
and Joe
That's really
Snedeker. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Meanwhile, Anthony's sitting here and he's like, well, Joe's 60 and Kurt's 60. And
never
retirement's coming soon.
Yeah, it could happen. The interesting thing is, though, Kurt has grandchildren and Joe doesn't.
Yeah,
So
Pressure's on,
interesting.
kids.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure.
This might be a good one then. Suzanne from Sayre writes, "Hello, podcast team. Do you wear socks to bed?"
Oh, that's a good question.
There's no rule for me. Like some
Really?
days I do, some days I don't. I'm not like
Oh,
strict.
really?
I'm not strict.
Some people hate socks
Oh
in
my
bed.
gosh, I can't even imagine going to bed with socks.
No.
Sometimes
No.
I'm sleeping. It depends how warm or cold I am. Sometimes I'm sleeping full with like a jacket and everything, and other times I'm sleeping in like a t-shirt. It really just does depend.
I
Like
can never
every time.
imagine being cold enough where I'd want to wear socks.
To bed?
Really?
No.
There are times when my feet are so cold. And
Do
then
you-
I
so you
have
wear
to wear
socks to bed?
socks. And I have a little heating pad that I stick in my bed before I go to
Do you
bed in
really?
the winter. Yes. And then when I get in, it's all warm and cozy. Oh, it's the best. But I turn the
I'm
heating
sweating
pad off.
thinking about it.
And I almost always have 1 foot out of the,
I do that too,
the
though.
covers.
Yeah.
So no socks, foot out, even when it's these cold.
I feel like I end up not covered at all.
Yeah.
You're just like out there, flailing in the wind.
Maybe like 1 foot under a cover and the rest, yeah.
Well, however I fall asleep is how I fall asleep. So
Even
as
if the
long as
socks
job
are
gets-
on, whatever.
Even the job gets, I'm usually like just dead tired by the end of the day, and then
Yeah.
But I
That's
think
true.
that there's lots of
Yeah,
people
I
that
don't
are
think about
set in their ways, have to have socks or don't.
Right.
yeah.
Like I remember my dad always had to wear socks
Isn't
to
that
bed. Like
funny?
he slept in socks all the time, even in the summer.
I didn't know that was like a big debate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a debate.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
There's some things like, oh, I never really thought of that.
So, Shawn, tell me if this is too personal, but you can ring the bell. But so, does your dog sleep in bed with you?
Yes.
So is that why you don't get covers? Because sometimes my dog steals the covers.
It might be more of the heat from the dog.
Oh,
on
it makes
you
you
know what
too
I mean?
hot.
So
Yeah.
probably that's more of it. I
That's
just
funny.
find myself waking up without covers on, and I'd probably just toss them off.
And
Okay.
you have a relatively small dog. Does that dog take up more space in the bed than you do?
Not really.
Because some small dogs like to take up a whole territory.
The dog prior used to like to sleep across and give very little room. This dog tends to be a little more, kind with taking up room. But the heat, I think, from the dog is the problem.
That could be. That could be. Do we have time for one more?
Probably.
Quick one, Anthony? Yeah. Since we already did Anthony's, maybe
Yeah,
he'll get a Travis.
I'll submit a new question maybe if it comes to
Please
mind.
do.
Sometimes I'm just running, I have a thought, and
Yeah, you got to go with it.
this is a really, really short question from Chris Smith. Iced tea or hot tea?
Well, don't you think it depends on the time of year?
Yes.
Iced tea all the time.
Oh, really? You
Tea
don't
is
do hot tea?
Hot tea? You don't like?
Really?
Disgusting, yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
I would have to be very, very sick in order to drink tea.
Really?
That's my-
I
that's
love
my
hot
hot
tea.
I don't drink much either. Even in the warm weather, I don't drink iced tea. You like iced tea?
Well, I'd like it over a hot tea, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
like both.
Yeah, I like both, depending on the time of year.
I would say probably drink a lot more iced tea than I do hot tea, although I'm not averse to drinking hot tea, but I probably drink more.
You
How
guys
about
are
take it
missing out.
to another level, sweet tea or regular tea, or regular iced tea?
Oh, that's
It's a
right.
big-
You
Because
lived
you were in the
South.
In the
Yeah.
South, yeah. Probably sweet tea, like a good sweet tea, yeah.
Sweet tea.
It's too sweet.
If you've had Southern sweet
Yeah.
tea, oh my
I feel like
God.
something in
people add-
between,
they-
yeah,
some
not
people
quite.
The
add
first time I
sugar.
had it was in Tennessee, and I took a sip, but I had to spit it out. It was so
Pure
sweet.
sugar.
You
It
get
was-
used to it. You
yeah.
get used to it.
Do we have time for another?
I don't know.
Oh.
Probably not. Or $1.50? Is that what you said?
She's
That one
paying
is
us
too
$1.50.
long.
That's some controller Carrie in our ear
That's-
who
yeah.
we're talking to,
Or we're listening to.
listening to.
Let's see. If the sun bleaches colors, umbrellas. Oh, I think we
Oh,
had
yeah,
this one
didn't we have that
before.
one?
Then why does it give us brown spots
Oh,
or
yeah, we did
tan
have
skin?
that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did have
Yeah,
that one.
that's how it interacts with your skin.
All right, I'll see if there's an
Melanin.
express lane one.
UV
Otherwise,
rays.
we're done.
If that was the one that I just put back, it's not very. It's kind of long.
Too long. I think we're wrapping
I
things
think
up.
we're wrapping
All right,
up.
let's-
This
We're
was a
wrapping
great
up.
podcast. Sorry, Joe
Yes.
wasn't with us, but Anthony, good job.
Yeah, he's celebrating his birthday, so we're glad to have Anthony
Happy
filling
birthday,
in.
Joe.
Yep.
And-
6-0.
And how can they get us their questions?
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Surrogate Joe. You just go to Brown Bag at WNEP.com and submit your questions.
We're only as good as your questions.
That's right.
See you later. Have a good week, everybody.